Please welcome to the stage, painters.
Are there any artists in the crowd tonight?
Yes.
We have one raising his hand here. Does he go uncontested as the only artist in a room? What? This one has a name? Why are you better than this man in the front row?
Because I don't have facial hair.
Does the audience agree?
The lights are low.
It's a unanimous consensus. Please come up on stage. I believe the name was
Molly.
Molly, please. Thank you. Thank you. Molly, I didn't tell you what you were volunteering for. Yes, you see, we have a gallery out there that needs more art.
Okay.
And you think you are the person to put another masterpiece. We only accept masterpieces. Very good. I have some questions. It may seem like I've asked this question before, but please, one more time. What is your name?
Molly.
And is that it?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm gonna write your last name because I know it. And Molly, where do you feel each part of you is from a different part of the world, yes?
Yes.
I mean, we are children of this earth. Thank you. Yes, yes. Clap for your different parts. Where is your index finger from?
Atlanta.
Atlanta? And where is that?
Georgia.
Oh, very good. I'm not from here, so... And Molly, what year do you wish you were born in?
1963.
Do you have a reason?
That's when Mad Men started, and it seems cool.
This is a good reason. Now, Molly, we will have you painting for us. If you could put this on. If you could also put this on. No,
Oh.
you understand,
Yeah,
yes. Good. This is the way. Also, we have a special item for you to paint with. It is a box of tacks. Do you feel like you are ready?
Yes.
Me too. Okay, please follow me. Molly, chase everybody. I am a T.
Object. Object.
Pencil.
Pencil. Pencil. Pencil. We open on a pencil.
It is in a coffee mug that has a frowny face symbol on it.
It is a number 1 pencil.
It is a number 2 coffee mug.
It is surrounded by pens. It is the only pencil.
It sits in a mudroom. Its general feeling is it's sad and lonely.
On the desk, there are scattered papers with different names of humans.
All the scattered papers are dirty because it's a mud room.
There's jars of mud because it's a mud room.
The mud is just spilling out of one of these jars.
There's a sign here that says Mud Room.
There's mud splattered on the walls.
This pencil hates mud.
The pens all love mud.
You can see that the pens have been rolling around in mud for their entire lives. They're experts at it.
On the wall, written in mud, it says, "Clean me," like on the back of a car that's dirty.
Yet it's somehow written in mud. It's not like negative space. It's more mud caked on top of mud.
Next to the entrance of the mudroom sits a dirty pair of shoes. They're muddy, muddy boots.
They're mud boots.
Next to the boots, there's a small dog covered in mud.
Both the boots and the dog are mad at their owners.
There's a picture of the owner sitting on a table, splattered in mud.
There's a sign hanging on the door frame that says "Gone Muddin'."
The picture shows a portrait of a young woman.
The young woman is wearing one of those like race number things, and it has a number on it, and it says "Tough Mudder" on it.
The number is number 3.
Her face is splattered in mud, but she looks beautiful.
The pencil stares at this painting, or at this picture of her, and finally gets the name Tough Mudder. She's like, "Oh, I get it."
This pencil thinks that it really should run more than it does.
On the desk, there is a note, and it says, "I will get her back someday," but it's written in pencil, so it can be erased.
The pencil feels sad that it often has to deliver terrible messages.
So many terrible messages, the eraser is almost completely rubbed off.
The dog wakes up from a nap. He's disoriented for a moment, and he runs away.
The dog runs out into the rest of the house, tracking mud everywhere. We're in the living room now, and there's just mud tracks as the dog runs away, tries to run away.
The living room is pristine. You would not see one speck of dirt or water or mud anywhere.
Hanging on the living room's wall is a sign that says, "Got mud? Back up!"
There's nothing else in the room so as not to detract from the message.
That is until now. The dog is running all over the place, just tracking its mud tracks all over, running up on the walls because it's very agile.
He runs up the stairs to a bedroom.
Inside of the bedroom is a lot of Hulk stuff. This kid is, for a kid, just green. It's just Hulk-omania, but the other kind.
on the bed sheets.
There's a sign above the bed that says, Hulk Hogan, back up!
Lying in the bed is a sweet-faced boy, fast asleep.
The sweet boy has little rosy cheeks that are just a little bit too rosy.
The sweet boy, if you were, and you shouldn't, but if you were to lick him, would actually be quite sweet.
The little boy is wearing a shirt that it's designed so it looks like it's ripping at the biceps, but he's still a little boy.
Even though he's laying in bed, he's wearing the giant green Hulk hands on both fists.
Sitting on the floor beside his bed is a single 100-pound weight.
You can see the indent in the carpet of his room because it has not ever been lifted, besides the one time it was placed.
Taped to the weight is a note written in pencil that says, "One day."
As the muddy dog enters, she slowly stops and looks over towards the boy. The boy wakes up.
His cheeks get even rosier.
The dog's cheeks get just a little rosy.
The dog gives a little shake. Mud goes everywhere.
The boy has flecks of mud on his face, but he knows how to do this. He's seen it in the movies. He doesn't touch it.
The boy is thinking you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
The boy wishes he could say that so badly, but he just doesn't have the strength.
The dog has a dog tag that says Hogan on it.
Little boy starts doing these with the Hulk hands.
The dog rips its fur off.
Its fur flies everywhere. Fur hitting his face, sticking to the mud, in a Hulk Hogan mustache on his face. He doesn't want to touch it.
But he tries. He puts his hand up just so close to his face. Just he wants to rip it off so bad, but he can't touch it. They wouldn't do it in the movies.
The dog picks up the 100-pound weight and just starts kind of juggling it around.
The dog doesn't realize how slippery he is, and after a few juggles, it slips and it falls on the boy's face, crushing him.
But like more crushed. Even more crushed.
Well, he knows he's fine. He knows he can't move the weight. One, because he's not strong enough, but two, because he saw us in the movies. You're not supposed to touch it.
The boy's skull has broken in 26 different places.
His cheeks are even rosier now.
We go into the boy's brain. There's a happy little village over here in the left corner.
The village is full of buildings. Buildings that looks like they would come from Atlanta.
The sky is flesh pink and wrinkly.
All the people there are doing little dances together.
The sunset is a little too rosy.
There's a table laid out of just sweet-tasting foods, even if it's salt.
And if you were to lick them, which you should, they would be sweet.
In the pink sky, you can see a crack right here where the edge of a weight is coming down into the sky.
The dancing people look up and look with fear in their faces.
In an attempt to save them, they start dancing harder.
The clock tower of the town strikes ominously.
Electricity runs all over the place because it's a brain, and that's how brains work.
Slowly, in the crack in the sky, a small drop of blood starts trickling down the sky.
And electricity shoots into the blood and going up into the weight. Electricity running all throughout. because that's how brains work.
The dancers see that it's working and dance harder.
More electricity shoots into it.
The light refracts from the droplets of blood, forming a disco ball-like pattern.
The dancer's hair is standing on end because that's how electricity works.
The electricity is shooting so fast and so hard that the weight on the boy's head actually shoots right off of him. However, that causes the pressure in his head to stop, and the blood just flows everywhere, and it floods the town and the village and all the happy people. Blood rising, rising, rising.
We see the room where the little boy lives. It's green, as it was, but now there's a little red as well.
The 100-pound weight is on the floor on the other side of the room.
The dog ran away.
The room is now looking like the mud room with how brown it is.
The boy thinks to himself, hey, I kind of lifted the weight.
A look of satisfaction comes over his face.
He looks triumphantly outside at the morning sun.
And he collapses on his bed.
Outside, the morning sun watches this little boy deteriorate.
The sun nods, knowing itself that it too falls and rises, and is not dismayed by the boy's sunbathing.
The sun gives a nod like, you did it, champ. You really did it. He casts his gaze across the world.
The stars are also looking approvingly, but you can't see them because that's how daytime works.
There's so many stars, but none of them can be seen, and that's the way they like it.
The sun, sensing this day is over, starts slowly dropping.
The moon, sensing that the day is beginning, starts scrambling to get its stuff together because it slept in.
The sun puts on its nightcap, starts brushing its teeth.
The moon is in the outfit from last night, and he didn't have time to change.
The moon has a black eye, but he doesn't remember how he got it.
The moon can't find his phone.
The moon lost his keys last night and is locked out.
The sun picks up its little teddy bear and tucks itself into bed.
The sun tells itself a nice story about cauliflower friends.
The sun could literally kill someone. It's so cute right now.
The moon looks next to it and sees the constellation Orion in its bed and does not know how it got there.
Orion's belt is hanging from a bed frame.
The sun picks up its copy of the Bible and the Quran, and it looks at him and says, "Oh, we could all be friends."
It sleeps with them tucked in next to it.
On Orion's forehead, there's a note that says, Orion, don't forget.
As the moon wakes, Orion stirs too.
The moon moves really fast into the sky.
Orion is like, but wait, aren't we even going to talk?
The moon pretends like they cannot hear.
And Orion's like, that meant something.
Still just not listening at all.
Orion's like, don't you want to get breakfast or something?
The moon leaves and walks across the sky in a walk of shame.
The moon is only wearing one shoe.
The moon discovers a kind of concerning crater here that might want to get that checked out now.
The moon sees a little boy in his bed whose parents aren't home yet from their big mudding trip.
The moon recognizes the scent of failure that's present in the little boy's room.
The moon shines a little brighter. and brighter. And a little bit more.
It's getting too bright now. The moon's getting worried about how bright it's getting.
It still grows even brighter.
The moon reaches its hand in to the earth and picks up the little boy and sets him on his shoulder.
Healing moonbeams piece together the boy's fragmented skull.
The people who drowned in the blood, who live in the boy's brain, come hurling back in.
They're dancing frenetically.
The music slows down and they're able to dance at a more sustainable tempo.
The little boy tries to take a bite out of the moon, thinking it's made of cheese.
The moon just chuckles.
Because that's how moons work.
The moon has completely forgotten the horrible things it did last night and this morning.
We see this scene through the telescope, which is set up right here.
There's a scientist standing completely naked. This is his off night. No, he knew no one would be here, and this is just what he likes to do.
He has a plate of cheese and gummy worms next to him.
He also has a sketchbook with a #1 pencil.
In the sketchbook, there's a picture of Orion and the moon doing it.
like 6 different pages.
It's actually a flip book.
You can see on the pages teardrop marks because he was crying, laughing so hard at what he drew.
The flip book is dirty.
There's a tent set up just away from the telescope.
There's a black ring around the scientist's eye because he's a prankster but doesn't have any friends.
Disrupting a scene, a young couple comes in on a 4-wheeler and does a shitty and splurts mud all over.
They have guns, but all the guns do is shoot more mud. They're just shooting all over the telescope house. That's what he calls it.
They shoot their guns for about 5 minutes without the scientists looking up, and then they just peace out.
The telescope house is just drenched in mud now. Can't even see out of it.
But the scientist is so enamored by the beautiful scene he's watching with the moon and the little boy and the dancing village people.
He begins himself to do a little dance.
For the first time.
His heart grows bigger.
His cheeks get a little bit rosier.
His heart grows even bigger.
The moon gets brighter.
His butt gets a little tired. Weird position to be in.
The moon gets brighter.
His heart grows bigger.
The moon gives a little wink.
The scientist winks back.
The moon winks again.
The scientist thinks the moon is flirting with him.
The moon is. The moon winks, hey bro, in Morse code.
The scientist takes his book, flips to an empty page, and starts scribbling, "Do you like me? Box, yes. Box, no. Check 1.
And as the moon goes brighter and brighter, a beam from it shoots into the telescope house and marks a box.
And the page flares up into flames.
The scientist couldn't see which one it was. He panics a little bit.
This was the closest thing the scientist has ever come to love.
So he reaches his arms up and he says, "Moon, please just tell me."
And the moon has always wished it could speak, but it can't. And all the words are locked inside. So the moon grows brighter and brighter and brighter. And the moon starts getting angry. And it takes the little boy on its shoulder. And it hurls it back down to the telescope man.
And as the boy tumbles through space, tumbles into the atmosphere of Earth, tumbles into the telescope house, right into his arms. And he knew love. Because now he has a son.
Ladies and gentlemen, painters.
Molly, are you ready to reveal your masterpiece to the world?
I wish I had more time, but
Yes, we all wish we had more time, but such is mortality. Are you ready to see Molly's masterpiece? Molly, are you ready? We'll hold it like this. You've seen it. What is the name of this painting? You get to call it what it is.
Where are the thumbtacks?
What? Where are the thumbtacks? Yes, very good. Where are the thumbtacks? By Molly Chase. Thank you so much. There will be a very brief, wait, are we ready? Should we just...
Oh, I think we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for another adventure? The Bearded Men!